General, salute.
What do you do after work on a Friday night? Go to the chippy and put your feet up, or maybe have a pint or two with your mates. If you're Dan Laidler, you put these Tynemouth Air Cadets through their drills and disciplines. And he carries on the mantle of 346 Squadron's 75-year history.
I joined as a cadet when I was 15. All of my mates at school were missing days to go flying and things, and I was really, really jealous of that. So I ended up being an adult volunteer because I was a cadet. I continued that through, so when I reached 20 I became a civilian instructor. As time went on, my commitments increased, and I took on an admin role at the squadron, and then eventually was commissioned into the Royal Air Force Reserve. That commissioned role means that I'm an officer in the reserve, in the training branch particularly, and head up a squadron now. So my role here is to manage all of the staff and the volunteers and the cadets as well, and be the face of the squadron, so to speak.
Dan is just one of the volunteers who, as well as running the Air Training Corps, gives up his free time to run the Durham and Northumberland Wing Band. For cadets Liam and Julia, that time and dedication devoted to them means a hell of a lot.
I think coming down to cadets it's probably a better experience than going out on like a Friday night when like occasionally it's good to go out with friends, but here like everyone's really friendly and everyone gets on, so it is, you get a lot more out of it.
Yeah, you're flying at RAF Lehman, but on a nightly event we'd do different things with aircraft modelling, aircraft recognition, just loads of different activities, sports. We've got a range, so we get to do quite a lot of shooting. It means an awful lot. I mean, without the staff that we have here who aren't paid, they just come down in their own spare time. We couldn't do any of the activities that we do. I mean, our squadron commander is a range conducting officer, so without him we couldn't shoot. They
provide like the opportunities for us. Like we couldn't do like first aid without like certain members of staff. We couldn't go flying. We couldn't do like shooting or anything. And I think it's really good that they give up their time to like support us and allow us to do such good things.
So, after a long day of teaching design and technology in Newcastle, Dan admits it's all the small things that keep him giving back.
You know, it's a good question, one you often ask yourself. After a full day of teaching at work and, you know, dealing with parents and students there, I then come and do the same here on a Tuesday and Friday night. And quite often at times, you know, you go home with a massive smile on your face, and it's not because you've achieved anything great. It's just because you've just handed out an award to a cadet who's had their first flight. It's part of my second sort of life now. This is what I do. Even when I'm off work, this is where I'll be here. And it's kind of ingrained into me that, you know, it's part of my routine, and I really enjoy that as well. It's stability for me. And I'm part of a bigger community, you know. The chain of command is there to support me and to make sure that I'm happy and safe as well. So it's part of a bigger organisation that looks after volunteers as well.
Mark Patterson for Made in Tyne and Wear in Tynemouth.